Idaho boy sent a gift to a girl from Philippines which 14 years later it changed their lives. A youngster who, out of the goodness of his heart, sent a package to someone in the Philippines. The young girl who received the present was touched by his generosity. As a result, the girl decided to become a Christian. And her family's life was changed by the kid's gift. And how the boy received the biggest surprise later. Tyrell Wolf was raised in a loving Christian family. When he was only 7 years old in 2000, he donated his time and a few of his belongings to help Operation Christmas Child by putting together a gift package. It was a Samaritan's Purse initiative that distributed gifts to underprivileged kids in the Philippines. He also included a photo of himself dressed as a cowboy and a handwritten letter in the box and shut it tightly. His parents delivered the present to the neighborhood church the next day. Tyrell's parcel was then sent there, along with hundreds of other boxes, to an underprivileged family in the Philippines. A young girl named Jonah received the package. They were all in awe when Joanna and her family unwrapped the surprise. The present contained toys, accessories, and a young man's unconditional love. Tyrell wrote the letter with the assumption that his gift would be sent to a boy. When Joanna and her family read Tyrell's letter, they discovered this. He had mentioned that his favorite markers were in that box and expressed a desire to meet the boy in another letter. That experience affected Joanna and her family for the rest of their lives. Her father became a Christian as a result of his affection for an unidentified Christian boy. Later on, he rose to the position of pastor. Both Joanna and her mother converted to Christianity. Jonah, a young child, was the one who was most moved by Tyrell's gift. She would never forget the young boy's name or the image of him dressed in cowboy garb. In a sense, Tyrell brought her to the gospel and radically altered her life. She was an adult 14 years later, yet she still recalled Tyrell. Tyrell, on the other hand, was unaware of the profound effect his modest gift had on someone. He continued living his life without realizing the enormous ripple his nice act had caused. Tyrell was discovered by Jonah in 2011 while browsing Facebook. She was thrilled to see him because she could tell him what a difference Tyrell's actions had made for them. She sent the boy who transformed her life a friend request and was excited to talk to him. Tyrell avoided adding strangers and added only friends on social media. He discovered that the same girl had made him a request again a few days later. It piqued his interest. Instead of immediately accepting her request, he chose to look at her profile. Once more, he made the decision to let it go, being certain that he did not know her. She then left him a message and brought up the package he had sent many years earlier. Tyrell was curious to learn that Jonah still had memories of his gift. He was enthralled by it as well, and they soon struck up a conversation. They communicated for the following several months as a result of a series of events. Jonah filled him in on everything that had occurred since she had gotten his Christmas present during their conversation. Tyrell and Jonah grew to be close friends. Both of them played music and sang. Through their frequent conversations, they became ever closer and started falling for one another. Tyrell, however, wanted to wait until he obtained Joanna's father's okay before dating her. He saved his money with the intention of meeting Jonah and her family, and he took his first ever trip to Asia. Of course, Jonah was aware of his arrival when she headed to the airport to meet Tyrell. She was so delighted when she saw him there. Tyrell spent 10 days in the Philippines. Although he didn't want to go, he had requested permission to marry Joanna's father before departing. Her father had no objections to his relief. When he realized that Joanna's entire family adored him, he was overjoyed. He saved every penny he had after he got back home so he could marry the love of his life. Tyrell saved money, but Joanna visited him in the United States this time. They wed on Tyrell's 400-acre property. The bride wore cowboy boots, and the groom wore a barong, the customary embroidered shirt worn by Filipino grooms. The first Christmas they would spend as a married couple was then eagerly anticipated. They want to devote more time to helping the less fortunate through voluntary work. To help another Filipino child feel loved and cared for throughout the holiday season, Tyrell and Jonah had previously contributed gifts for Operation Christmas Child. During that Christmas season, they both have a lot to be grateful for, especially their shared faith in one another. This shows that doing good deeds is a gift we give to ourselves as well as others.